5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LVM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft.
P2 tracking.
सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन LVM-3 M4 रॉकेट का। यह भीम का रॉकेट
So again, it's doing things like taking their time, so using the least amount of fuel possible. That cuts down on the budget. Using smaller craft, so this rover, is not the sort of size of a car that you would expect with the Martian rovers. This one is on its biggest dimension, it's about 1 meter long. And so then that reduces the cost as well, lower mass as well is always cheaper. And it's very, very specific targets. We only expect this rover to be working for 1 lunar day. That's one of the things with the timing of this mission as well, is to get there for the start of a lunar day. So we've got that full 2 weeks to make the most of all of that solar power to charge the batteries. And so it means that India can do these extraordinary missions and extraordinary science on a very, very low budget, and does show that you don't need to spend all of this money necessarily to do amazing exploration in space.
India's space agency has successfully launched a rocket that will seek to land a robotic rover on the moon's south pole. And it marks a first, not just for India, but also for space exploration. Well, the rocket took off about an hour ago from the country's main spaceport in Andhra Pradesh in the south. If all goes to plan, the rover is expected to land on the moon in late August, where it will remain functional for up to 2 weeks, performing a series of experiments. The mission's dubbed Chandrayaan 3. It could make India the 4th country to execute a controlled moon landing. Only 3 other nations have successfully accomplished that feat. That's the United States, Russia, and China.
Hello, I'm Lucy Gray. Welcome to the programme. We start with a historic mission to the moon and the launch of India's Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft. This is the moment that it took off just under an hour ago. It entered Earth's orbit shortly after. It's India's 2nd attempt at a lunar landing, and if it's successful, the craft will deploy a rover near the moon's south pole next month, and India will become only the 4th country behind the US, the former Soviet Union and China to manage a controlled lunar landing.
India's space agency has just launched a rocket that will attempt to land a robotic rover on the moon. The Chandrayaan 3 mission aims to touch down on the moon's largely unexplored south pole. The rocket launched in the last hour from India's Space Centre on Sriharikota Island on India's east coast. It will now travel for almost a month to the moon. And if it succeeds to land, India will become only the 4th country to put a craft on the moon. Several earlier missions have ended in failure. One objective is to explore the moon's polar regions for ice, which could potentially supply a future space station with water.